All right. Hello, friends, foes, other watchers on the internet. Just gonna be checking this real quick, make sure we're ready to go. Let me just see if I can switch accounts here real fast, just so I have a visual on what my. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Just make sure the audio is working. There you go. Quite a delay on there, but all right. So I will set this up so I can see any chats coming through. Keep tabs on how many people are watching and stuff. Hello. All right. Well, hello, friends, foes, other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt. You're watching Hogwash Gaming, and it's a new year. It's a new year, and that means it's time for more videos. And another thing that I wanted to touch on during this is, yeah, it's been about 6 years since I started making videos for Hogwash Gaming. And I just wanted to go through and, while I'm building a dungeon, just kind of talk about the things that I've learned being a YouTube guy. And yeah, so, but since I don't want this to be clickbaity, we are in Dungeon Painter Studio. It's a really good program for making maps and dungeons and such. And what we're going to do in a bit is we are going to take what we have made in Dungeon Studio, or Dungeon Painter Studio, and we're going to put it onto Fantasy Grounds Unity, and I'll show you how to take this stuff and use it in that program for your own adventures. I think that'll be fun. Alright, so first off, we need an idea for a dungeon, and we've got a bit of space to work with. But I had an idea for having it an Entercaps lair. And if you're not sure what an Entercap is, it's a Dungeons and Dragons beast, which is basically a huge, like, spider human thing. And they pretty much operate like spiders. They grab people and pull them into their lair and wrap them up and eat them. They might do other things, but you get the picture. So what I'm thinking is we'll build and I'll use the line tools here. We'll build something like a road going by, right? Something like this. And then in the woods, there will be like a hillside. And that hillside will have a cave. And boom, delete. Alright, so there'll be a cave there, and we'll make the entrance here. Something like that. Cool. And then the cave will come back, and there will be a big chamber. Oh, is this as far as I can go this way? Alright, well, there'll be a chamber. Something like this. And the chamber will actually continue on. There will be a bit of a spiral here, and there will be a secret chamber here. And I'm thinking that this will be openable when you find a secret lever or something. I think that's what it will be. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to make the outside ground. Oop. So let's do that. We'll take everything first, and we'll move it. Move it over so we have more room to play. Cool. Deselect all of this, and then we're gonna actually, before we deselect, we're just going to group all of this, and this will be on top. This will be our template here. All right, so we're going to first go on the outside. So we're going to hit grounds and floors, and we're going to take a look at what we've got. Now, I have quite a few libraries. I really like the FA terrain and textures and such. Dirt might be good for the road. Let's see what else we got. Oh, it's got to take a while to load up. There we go. And alright, so we got cobblestone here. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, we got some mossy tile stone, or cobblestone here. Let's go with that. So we'll start up here, and then we'll go here, here, and then kind of follow the curve of the road. We don't have to follow the template exactly, but enough to approximate what we were going for. Go here, 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 and we can fix it later. All right, so that's the road layer. All right, and we want to go with some grass, or maybe some leaves. Let's check this texture. Maybe we got some dead leaves. Okay, well, this is a metal grate, an acid, not exactly what we're shooting for. Marble. Okay, here we go. Forest floor. That's more our target here. So we'll go. Oh, we're still in that tool. No, we don't want that one. Let's go with just a plain old rectangle. This rectangle will come all the way down here, and we want it to be below the road, and we want the lines to be above that, so then we have our basic template all set up here. All right, so now we'll go back to the puddle, and we'll go here, 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 and just to fashion this a little more to what we want, we'll just start pulling these here. And this won't really matter really, because what we're going to do is we're going to go over. In fact, what I'll do is I'll group this and then go into this group. So all of our new ones will not go over the white lines. White lines are a template, so we need them. Okay, so cool. So we've got this, which is the forest floor thing, but we want to make the hillside a different forest thing. Let's continue this over here. And I'm not being super particular about the edges of this, because this isn't going to be really where we're playing. This is where we're going to be playing, mostly in here. Yeah, so as far as like sticking to the edges, like this edge is going to be really warped. It doesn't really matter. No one's going to be playing out here. And if they do, then there's something there. But it kind of, yeah, falls apart at the edges, but that's okay. So let's take this one, hit OK, because we're done with that. Let's take this, make a puddle shape again, and we'll make a darker thing, and this will go on top of that. And we kind of want to bring this here, and we'll go around the cave entrance. And out this way. And we'll keep on going around here. we won't go too deep because this is a cave and you're not going to have the forest floor going all the way through a cave. You want some rock. Not that you'll be able to see this in Fantasy Grounds, but alright, let's shrink this down a little. Move this back up. There we go. So now we've got a discernible change in location here. Cool. Press enter because we're done there. And now we've got the cave entrance. And what the cave entrance will be is we will build a little puddle this way. My mouse will respond. Gotta replace that eventually. There, so we've got a dark patch here. Nice. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the edge of this kind of blurry. Well, the edge of this kind of blurry. So what'll happen is it'll fade into this. So when we take off the lines here, it kind of fades into the cave to an extent. And we'll work on that some more. So it has a gradual descent into that. Right. So we'll go from here. Okay, let's turn the lines back on. We'll go back into the forest floor layer. Cool. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into this rectangle and we're going to come out here. And we're just going to get something like rock. Like basic rock. Like lava cooled might be something that we could use, or just rock. There we go. And we're just going to pull, pull, pull down. Good. And see how it goes underneath? That's perfect. That's what we want. And then we'll go down here. Nice. And nice. All right. So what's going to be interesting is drawing this line here with the walls. But we've got a bit of a trick up our sleeves. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete what I just did, because we don't want to do it quite that way. Because what we'll want to do is, let's go with rocky floor, right? And instead we'll cover the places where there's going to be the cave floor, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a layer over this, and then we'll put a drop shadow, so we don't have to make a wall, like we're not going to have to put wall textures on all of that, because it'll just make a drop shadow, and then it will look like it has that texture to it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these below those, and then let's go with a different colored rock, something darker rock. I mean, lava cooled is pretty dark. Let's go with that. We'll go puddle. We'll make it blurry. And we will not stick to the grid with this. So we'll go to the outside of this curve. There. There. And we'll fix this as we go. All right. So how's your 2021 been so far, guys? I know 2020 was rough, but okay, so we've got challenge here, but I think we'll be good. There we go. Now on this side, so it's actually coloring the outside. Okay. Think about a computer. I know it's difficult. Let's try to center in right here. So we want to connect these two. There we go. All right. Then we can just kind of work these out. Connect them up. And these walls might be a little too blurry. They're good, but they might be a little too blurry. So we'll work on that. So like I said before, I kind of want to make this video a little bit about what I've learned over these years of being a YouTuber. And a lot of it is just being patient. I think patience is a huge key when it comes to being a YouTuber. I'm not the most prolific YouTuber there is in the world. I don't have the most subscribers, but I am thankful for all my subscribers. I don't I don't think a lot of them watch everything I make, but that's okay because my channel is one with a lot of variation in what it's got in it. I think a lot of people like the Nerf videos. I don't make a lot of those anymore. I still like Nerf, but I don't have a lot of friends that live near me that play it. And I haven't found a group who likes things, and I don't have the built credit as far as reputation goes yet. Because a huge thing about doing Nerf Wars is the fact that you have a space because people know you and they trust you. And I'm still kind of new to where I live, so I haven't built that trust up yet. So I'm working on that. But it doesn't mean that I don't like Nerf, because I definitely like Nerf still. And this is gone wrong. There we go. Alright, so this needs to go on top. That's not what I wanted. Rocky floor. Alright. Another thing that I've learned as far as patience goes is being patient with commenters and dislikes. I know dislikes can be really hard to deal with um, when you've got a lot of work and sweat into a product that you're making, a pretty cool product, and people just seem to think that by discouraging you that you will do better or something. I will say that I have found that when someone leaves a nasty comment on your video, the best course of action is to say nothing. And I don't mean like give up or anything like that, or like just let them walk all over you. But don't let them affect you like emotionally, because there's this thing that I like to remember, and that is you did your best and you're always learning, and as long as you keep making content, you're good. You're a YouTuber. It doesn't matter if you've got the sound. The sound is a little too soft or something. You're getting it. And I've also found, and this might not be the best way to respond, but if you go to the profiles of people who are leaving nasty comments and saying this is a horrible video, if you go to their channels, they usually haven't made anything. At least not in the last few years. It's the lazy people who find fault with everything that you do. Because the people who actually do stuff on YouTube and are pretty amazing know that it's hard, and know that it's a struggle, that you have to learn these things, and they're not gonna make you feel bad about trying your hardest, because they were right where you were. It's the people who haven't made much of anything that find the need to make you feel bad about your work. So that's the mean way of dealing with it. It's the people who are sad with themselves that think they have to bash on other people to make themselves feel good instead of making something. So I guess the thing to walk away with is don't be a jerk and make fun of people for their work, because honestly, that just means that you're upset with yourself for not being able to do stuff yourself. And nobody wants to be that guy. So, yeah, that's the mean advice. Another thing to remember is when someone leaves something mean on your video and saying that it sucks or whatever, is if you just don't respond, I've found that your other viewers will. I've had to delete some comments because someone said something mean and I just left it up, and then all sorts of people attacked them and were mean back, which isn't the right thing to do. But it just goes to show that I didn't have to do anything because someone else said, no, this is a good video, you're just being mean. And once you see that, you know, okay, you know, it might take a few years, it might take a few months, but somebody will say something, and you won't have to. Let other people defend you, because the more you defend yourself, the less the less capable you feel is when you have to be, oh, you're a jerk, because that doesn't make anything right. Is they just lash back. You're being trolled is what it is, really. All right, so back to making dungeons. So you've been seeing me kind of like massage this shape into this basic shape. I'm kind of following the setup that I have here, kind of. I've gotta do something here. Make this more understandable, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So one thing that we're going to try and do is we're going to go into here, and this lava cooled is this black layer here, and with the blur, it kind of makes it look good. Kind of works, but we're going to go one better. We're going to go to the effects, and we're going to put long shadow on that. What that does is it just makes it a little darker all around the edges, and it kind of does a better job. Let's go here. Better job defining that edge. And we can go back into this group, and we'll select this, and we will finely tune this so we get the idea that this is a cave. We don't need the lines actually anymore because we have the basic setup now. Go here, go here. Another thing that I've remembered, that I've learned, is don't let the number of views control how many videos you make. Because if one video doesn't make it, then that doesn't mean the rest that you make won't. I think it's important to remember that you're just throwing stuff out there for people to watch. And if they don't want to watch it, then that's fine. We can make something for them to watch that they will like. Ooh, my computer's chugging. It's thinking about too much. It's like, whoa, Matt, this is too much knowledge. Dropping too much knowledge. All right. Okay, so that's that. I gotta find what that curve is. Or not. Anyway, so we got the basics here. You know, my Nerf videos, they did well. But some videos that I thought would do well, they didn't. And that's okay. I'm just gonna keep going. Gonna keep going. And make more stuff. Also, don't make so much that you get tired and hate the job, hate the work. That's not how you want to go either. All right, let's get back to dungeoneering. We've got the basic shape now. This is about as far out as I can zoom, but if you're watching this on your phone or something, you get the basic idea. We've got the road, and then we've got open area that we're going to fill with trees later. We've got the cave entrance. We've got the main big chamber. We've got this little offshoot. And then we've got the secret chamber that we will work on later. But before we do all that, I'm going to click here. And I like the gray, but I don't think it's dark enough. And so what I'll do is I will just go through here and look for other colors. Alright, that's a little dark, better as far as light goes, but it looks very artificial. So we want something more natural. Natural and dark. Wet mud. Kinda. Alright, well that looks more natural. I don't know if I like it as much. Let's keep going. These are all bricks. Bricks, 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 bricks. Flagstones. Looks alright, but a little too artificial still. That's wood. Alright. If we can't find anything in here... Oh, cave floor. What's this look like? Well, let's just go with cave floor. That looks pretty good. Okay. We're going to go with cave floor again. Alright, press OK. Double click here. And we will go with cave floor. Hit OK. This. Cave floor. Okay. There we go. So now we've got it the right color. And we're going to take a look here. And we're going to now that we have this cave entrance here, we are going to change gears. And I know I've lost a couple people, but that's okay. We're going to group all this together. And we are going to start putting terrain in. And that means objects. So let's look at forests. And we're going to change to objects. And we have bushes, we have cliffs tiles, which I don't think we'll really need. I think we're good there. Grass shadows, we could throw a couple in there just to make it look good. We'll click back on to stick with grid because that makes things a little easier. Gravel paths. A little too light for my taste, for this anyway. Got some ridges. This might make for some good good terrain differences here. Let's just put a couple along the road here. And then we'll custom angle these. Turn them. So as you get close to the edge of the road, there's a bit of height difference there. There we go. We'll rotate this. Right. That there. We'll rotate this. Go here. There. 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 All right. Got it looking pretty nice. And yeah. Another thing that I've learned over the years of making YouTube videos is to not freak out. YouTube has gone through some interesting situations in the past year. Well, the past past 13 months, I'll say that. You may remember, and if you don't, that's funny because that's kind of my point. The big COPPA scare, where a lot of people thought that their channels would be taken down, or they would receive a huge fine because they had things that kids might like to watch. And this isn't a problem that has gone away, but it's proven to be a lot less of a threat than people thought. There are some channels that are making substantially less money, and that's too bad. But there's a great difference between making videos about gaming or Minecraft or I don't know, just doing cartoons or whatever, or talking about toys, and the aspect of making like playing children's videos like Magic School Bus and Blue's Clues and stuff like that, which if you're a regular YouTuber or your average YouTube aficionado, then you're probably not allowed to put that stuff on your channel anyway because you didn't make it. Like if you're playing Blue's Clues on YouTube, you better be from Nickelodeon. That's that's a big deal because that's plagiarism and breaking a lot more laws than just COPPA. So I think that was a good thing. I had to be careful with my Nerf videos just because I think a lot of people who watch Nerf are under 13. But the main thing that I'm saying here, I don't like these in the doorway here. The main thing that I'm saying is don't freak out. Just stay calm. I think a lot of the time we get scared that a company can do all sorts of things that companies can't really do. Now, to be fair, YouTube can do a lot. But the thing is, this is how it is. YouTube makes money by letting us make videos for them. And they advertise on these videos. We don't always see the money from this advertisement, but that's how they make money. So if they want to keep making money, then they've got to make us want to make videos. And if they're punishing us for making videos, then it's kind of counterproductive to their own interests. So just because we've got COPPA coming up or COPPA or whatever doesn't mean that YouTube wants us gone or whatever. They do want to take advantage of us because that's how they make money. But at the same time, they want to protect themselves, and so they make it so so the people that make them money can keep making them money. So as far as COPPA is concerned, yeah, don't freak out. Don't freak out about those things. Just ride it out. Ride it out. If you're knowingly breaking a rule, then you need to take some consideration on what you're making and try to fix it. Like if you're making videos that are definitely making people get hurt or are a threat to people, then yeah, you might want to take care about advertising with that kind of thing. But yeah, don't freak out. That's my main story there, is just stay calm. I when I first heard about COPPA, I got a little scared, I'll be honest. But I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna ride it out, because if things are too vague, then it's really hard for the government to do anything about it. Like if you were taken to court over something that wasn't explained very well, then there's a good chance that they won't win. I'm not saying that it's impossible for them to win. I'm just saying that it's hard for them to win. So we're gonna put these on the bottom so we're not. Oh, this needs to get to the bottom there. There we go. So now we have. All right, I'm just gonna show you what I've been doing. All right, so I've been making this forest. I've been putting a random amount of trees here and there. I've been putting these ridges here, and because we got the shadows going now, those ridges kind of look better. The shadows are what I was going for. I could put like the actual trees with the actual leaves, but that would be a lot, and you couldn't see underneath where the characters are actually going to be walking. So I figured this is good. All right. Now, we've got this in place. Let's put some rocks here and there. Apparently, rocks are really big, difficult to put in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group these ridges here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, I have no idea what those name things were. Dirt ridge, dirt ridge, dirt ridge, dirt ridge. Alright, and we'll group those together. What the heck? Alright, well that was weird. So, forest floor. Go. Well, we'll just grab all of these and group them. There we go. And then we'll group all the trees. Alright, so we turn off the trees. There's that. Turn off the ridge. There's that. Yeah. So now we'll put in some rocks. We'll go to objects. Some rocks in there. Nice. I like it. We've got the random angle thing, so we can use the same thing and it doesn't look like the same thing because it rotates it slightly. But we're not going to use just this rock. We're going to go and throw this rock in there. And what you want to do is, when you go out into the woods, you'll notice that rocks tend to be in little collections. They're not just like, here's a rock, 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 here's a rock. There's a fair amount of clustering when it comes to rocks, especially big ones. So we'll put this one over here. So I want this kind of, there we go. So we'll put another thing there. So we got a cluster of 3 there. looks like a pretty big rock, so I'll take it here. And there are lone rocks, but just keeping in mind that they're not like evenly scattered. That's the main thing. Yeah, I like the fact that they're underneath the trees, so the trees drop their shadows on there. I think that looks good. So if you're just joining us, we're making an Entercap prison, well, dungeon kind of thing. Entercaps are a spider-like creature in Dungeons & Dragons 5th. Alright. And we'll put like a rock right up against the path too. We don't want it to seem too neglected there. As far as rock distribution goes. Alright, not bad. Could use a rock in there somewhere. Boom. Now this will make for an interesting place to fight. There's a lot of space here. So even if you want to just use this area as just a road path kind of thing, and forget about the cave, you could use this map for a lot of stuff. You might want to extend the forest out a little this way, but this is for a certain scenario, so we're going to go with it. Alright, so we got the rocks, so we're going to group all the rocks. And grouping is nice because you can control a lot with the rocks. Now, or control a lot with the groups. Now we're going to throw some bushes in here. And the bushes look good in the crevices of the rocks. Kinda still at a random angle, that's good. Kinda in there, because that's how bushes grow. They like to be sheltered. We'll go there. Right up against that rock, nice. This can kind of go there. And just so they're not all the same shape, let's switch it up. Go here. There. Yeah, you can go on top of each other a bit. Nice. Nice. And they don't typically grow up against trees. It does happen, but not typically, because the trees, they may shelter, but they also block out light. And bushes don't like not having light, because that's how they eat. Having sunshine. Need a little sunshine in their lives. And just to change it up a bit, we'll have some brown bushes as well. There we go. Brown bush there. Switch it up. There we go. Nice. Some deeper green there. Some orange. Just 'cause. Alright. So yeah, we have all these bushes. Now, the problem is these bushes are actually above the tree layer. See, here's the tree layer. So we're going to go and select all of these bushes. We're going to group them. And we're going to drag them underneath the trees. So now they're all shadowy and stuff. So they're less vibrant, which looks great. I really like how that looks. Very nice. All right, so we'll go into this bush thing. We got, I think there's berry bushes or something like that. We can, I'm trying to remember what that is. Forest and wilderness, I think. Berry bushes, here we go. Yeah, there we go. These are fun. And you see how they just drop into the shadows now that they're under the tree layer? Yeah, looks good. Looks very good. We'll put a red berry bush there. And with the berry bushes, they could just be for decoration. But you can also kind of make that part of the story, like you guys have been walking for a while and you're hungry. And then you discover some berry bushes. If they roll a good survival check or something like that. Maybe if we go down here, off the beaten path, you know, maybe we can put something a little more mystical. Like this kind of berry bush. It's a special kind of berry bush. That only grows in certain areas. Kind of a mystical purpley. So if you're just going, you'll find normal bushes, maybe a couple berry bushes, but if you go way off the beaten path, you might find some magical berries. And we'll hit that up in the Fantasy Grounds part of this live stream. All right. Okay. So that, I think, is good for bushes. Some bigger ones we can throw here and there. Kind of a... that's a pretty bad place for a bush, but it looks okay. It's not going to break immersion. There we go. Nice. Not a bad look. Alrighty, so where we're going to go now is we're going to go into the cave. Alright, so we want to exit this. We'll go into here. We got rocks. So let's go back into rocks and just do some boulders. And I will show you something with these boulders in a second. For one thing, we want to put a few of them against the wall. But, yeah, so let's say that you have a bunch of objects, like these boulders and such. But they kind of look like they're flat against the ground. What we can do is we can do what we did with these walls. We can add an effect. And we can add an effect to a whole group. So, effects, long shadow, boom. Now that all of a sudden they feel like they are a piece of the terrain, and all of them have shadows now. So they just feel heavier. They feel like they have a part in this world. And see, this is what it looks like without. This is what it looks like with. And we will remove that and go into the rocks. And now, boom, see, now it's got a shadow because the whole group has an effect on it. It has an effect applied to it, I should say. Boom. All right. Oh, we got some branches and stumps we could throw down as well. All right, so let's look at what else we've got in here. We got mines. What are in the mines? Supports. Oh, computer's thinking. Okay, cool. So these are like beams. All right. Well, we could definitely use some of this. So let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go in here. We're gonna put a beam up. Boom. Then we'll make that a group. Go into this group. But before we do, we're going to put an effect. Put the long shadow on there. Then we'll go back into here. So now we have this program always zooms in at the center of the map instead of where you're looking, which is annoying. And we will throw a few beams in here because this is going to be the artificial area. This is where we're going to have some issues going on. All right. Some pillars going here. Okay. Now I will move my phone because this is where I'm looking, but it's also what I've got my computer up looking to see what you guys are saying. Not a lot of talking going on, but that's fine. Alright, let's not stick with grid. So we can just fine tune this. Boom. And boom. Do a custom angle on this. Cool. Now we don't want to get too hung up with what's overhead because the characters won't be able to see that, and that's not what they're going to be interacting with really. So we won't get too caught up with this, but just enough. Just enough so it feels like it's something. It's supposed to feel a little rickety. We'll send this to the top so it looks like it's sitting on top of those things. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So that's the artificial thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at other. What do we got? We got cranes, we got water wheels, we got I-beams, miner caps, TNT, winch. Interesting. All right, well, I don't think we need any of those. This isn't a mine, it's a cave. Interior props. That'll be something for a house or something. We want, let's check out dungeon decor. Maybe we got something in here. Oh, this is something that I want to throw in, but we're gonna wait. Dungeons. Okay, we want pillars. We could use those pillars, but I want to try something else. Wall tiles, no shadow, nope. Graveyards? There's no pillars there, but there is webs, and webs are something that we'll need because we're making an enter cap kind of thing. So we'll put that there, and we'll put this here, so it gives that spidery aspect as you enter the enter cap's lair. We'll make something happen here. We'll do random angles. There we are. Nice. And just so we have like a little bit of foreboding. Oh, that's not gonna work. It's under the tree, and do something like that. That might work. And yeah, something like that. Something like this. We want this to be a very threatening place. And then we'll go here. Yeah. Cool, cool. I wonder if there's caves. Oh, here we go. We got some cave pillars now. All right. So this is going to be a doorway that I have set up. There's going to be a lever hidden somewhere in this cave. So we'll go there, and we'll go here. Now you'll notice that this is dropping a shadow. Come on the inside, kind of thing, which isn't all bad, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna go in here, and we're gonna go textures. Terrain textures, is that what I'm looking for? No. Nope. Textures 2, and it was the cooled lava. Boom. We're just gonna paint on top of this. Not super pretty, but it works. There we are. Cool. I've got to put more rocks in front of that. So we're going to go objects. Let's see what Caves Revisited does. That's not quite what we want. There are different ways of making caves in this program. This is the more free form one, but I think it looks good. I guess we'll go with the wilderness ones. We should zoomed in to where my cursor was instead of just the center of the map. That would make things a lot easier. Alright. So there that is. Hey, Happy New Year, Matt. Alright. No. Are there webs? No, webs are in graveyard. Okay, we'll go here. Kind of cover this up with webs. Put some webs there. Webs there. Put some webs here. This is where the intercaps come and attack people and stuff. And just to make things a little creepier, let's see, there's death and decay. Now, what we're going to do is first get out of this, and we're going to make another group. But we're going to go with blood, and going to make a little bit of a interesting thing here. We're going to custom angle this and kind of go like this. And we'll have a little bit of little trail to follow. they wove through the woods. Yeah, and then we'll put a bunch here, because we're going to put a very that's going to go on the top, and we're going to grab this, and we're going to make this a group, and this group will go under the trees. So is that blood even visible? Yes, barely. There's some, there's some, there's some, and there's some. Okay, cool. Yep. Alright, and then we'll do some interesting. Okay. Parts. Okay, yeah, we'll make this a little gristly. Don't want to get too gross, but just enough to say this is bad. Alright. We'll put an arm here. Alright, and yeah, we'll put a broken lance here too. There we go. So it's definitely a bad sign. I wonder if there's like a broken vehicle, like a broken wagon or something. These look pretty intact. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Death and decay back again. Oh, and we'll put some arrows in the ground there. Yeah, and a broken shield there. So it might be a little big, but yeah. So that's where the adventurers will come upon this problem, and as they fan out, they might see the blood on the ground there and there, and they'll see that web and some blood there, and then blood going into the creepy place. Yep. We'll have the drops continue into the bowels of the fortress until we come across the corpses. And this is where the entercaps will be hanging. They're not going to be in mummy shape. We'll put a couple, not burnt. We'll put a couple in the webs. I think that'll be interesting. Alright, so we have a few bodies there. Also, I've just noticed that that these are outside of any of the levels, so we're gonna take all these and we'll group them as well. Boom. And they will go there. And we'll put a little effect on them a drop shadow just to give them some presence. There you go. Does that give the blood tracks any presence? Oh, a little darker. A little darker. I like it. All right. So, we've got a pretty good setup here. We're gonna have to add some things. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the mines had levers in them. There's a handle. That might be enough, but there's a lever I was looking for. Maybe it was something else. Is it in Builder's Pack? I don't think it was. Builder's Pack is good though. That's if we were building like a castle or something. But this is kind of a dungeony kind of thing. Alright. Let's see. Nope. Dungeon decor. Do they have levers? Yes, they do have levers. Okay, cool. So here's a lever. So what this will do is if they come looking back here, they'll find this lever. And if they flip that lever, then this will open up. So we will have to come up with a way to make this open up. But for now, we're good. Alright, so we can go into here. And we're going to add a little more decor to this room. There's overlays that I like to use. I think they're in the graveyard thing. We'll see. Unsorted. Nope. You know what? We could take some fallen leaves and do some creepy scattering. Oh, that looks like blood. Right. So the leaves get a little creepy. Alright. I don't like that bright orange. Let's get rid of the bright orange. There we go. I'll move this a little deeper. Alright, there was a, what I'm looking for is like a, it's like a shading of things. Dungeon decor. Torches, pillars. Those fanciful ones, yeah. They look like something out of Halo. Alright. Well, that's not doing anything. It's not table clutter, I know that. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that make it look like there was a fire or something in it. And it's something that I stumble upon all the time. In Blood and Bodies. Well, we can use some of this. Go back to objects. pretty vivid. I don't want it to be quite so vivid. Okay, looks pretty gnarly. All right, and come down here because this is where the real secret is. Effects pack. Okay, there we go. Got some effects going on. Boneyard, boulders. Not quite what I'm looking for. Pretty vivid. But this etching is what I need. Some sort of etching. Yeah, what I like about this is it adds a lot of levels to things that don't have a lot of levels. We'll go here and we'll stick to grid. And we're gonna put a magic circle in here. Let's see what kind of magic we got. Come on. Ah, yes. It's a big spiral. Ooh. Ooh. That's a cool concept. Oh, someone's texting me. All right. Send me a picture. I'll have to look at that later. Okay, so I'm just gonna send this to the bottom of this level. There we go. And so it looks like the supports are pretty low in the pile, so we'll go there. All right, so we've got this thing going on there. So we got the spider web kind of thing, which is really cool. And I'm going to put another symbol in it, kind of like so. And it says magic. Let's see what that means. Magical. Maybe it's a okay, so what we'll do is we'll put that there, but we're going to take this object, click on it, and we're going to turn down its opacity a little, just a little. Actually, doesn't look that bad full, but it's not what I want, so I'm going to remove it. Okay. So we've got that. Nice. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay, I gotta remember this is where the wells are because I've been building cities and I'm like, I know we have some pretty cool wells, but I couldn't find where it was. It's in the farming. Okay. And just taking a look here, just make sure we've got everything that we would want there. Fences. Oh, so we got some rock fences. I wonder if there's a wall. Nope. Okay. That's fine. Cool, cool. So that's the secret portal thing there. And just to add some fun things, we'll put a couple barrels. I always put barrels in my dungeons. It's a thing. Let's go into this one. I know it's not going to be bodies, but it's a good random thing that already has the drop shadow on it. Put a couple barrels. Some crates. I'll have. Right. And crate here. Alright, and then we will go get a chest or something. Chest. There it is. And boom. Alright, so there's gonna be the little treasure hoard there. That'll be nice. And is there anything else? We could put a lantern in here. A couple lanterns. We'll not stick to the grid on this one. We'll put one here. We'll put one there. They won't be lit, of course, but they will be present. There we go. There we are. Rotted plants. Oh, potted plants. I was like, I didn't know there was a rotted plants thing. Alright, so we're good there. Cool. Alright. So, I think, I mean, we could keep going, but this is a pretty basic adventure map. We don't want to get too crazy. Yeah. So, what we do with this is, now that we've made the map, we're going to export it. And it's going to take a while. It's going to be like, this is a huge map, so it's going to take a while. And that's okay. We're good. Looks like it takes up everything. Cool. Actually, what I'll do is I will shrink it down a little. So we don't need everything in this map. Bring it in there. Cool. And this can come in a little. There we go. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a JPEG, because there's no real transparent aspect to this map, so we don't need to file it that way. So we'll just create this, and it's gonna take a while. As the little caption says, the image is big and it'll take more time than usual to create. That's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to get this set up. I'm gonna start Fantasy Grounds up, and yeah, we'll start from there. Alright, so if I take this down, I'm not sure if this takes away. Yeah, it does. Or does it? I don't know. Yeah, it's still going. Okay. Fantasy Grounds is open. So I'll load a campaign. So yeah, where are we going from here as far as YouTube videos? Well, I like doing live streams, I'm not gonna lie. They are a little more impromptu, but I I like the professionalism of my other videos, and honestly, live streams don't get as many views as some of my others, like like the ones for specific board games. Those do really, really well. I don't have a lot more board games per se to cover that I own, but I am thinking of using some of the income that I'm getting from YouTube to invest in some gimmick board games, because those are really fun, and I have a lot of memories of those, like Mousetrap and Don't Wake the Daddy and The Grape Escape. Those are good. All right. So it's now rasterizing. But yeah, those games I have a lot of good memories with, and I think you guys would enjoy them. But they are very gimmicky. They're very 90s. I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of non-gimmicky non-gimmicky, well, any gimmicky things past the 2000 mark, really. As far as Euchre, I do not understand Euchre yet. And I'm afraid that once I do, it'll look just like any other tutorial on how to play Euchre. I've been looking at doing something on Rook, but Rook is anything that you have to bid on is really difficult for my brain to wrap around on. Yeah, if it's like I bid this and this card is trump, well, that's great if I knew what any of that meant. You know, and that's difficult for me to understand, so it's definitely difficult for me to teach. All right. So it's just pop this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my Fantasy Grounds group thing here. Okay, so once you download the or upload or whatever, you mix down the export. That's the word I wanted. Once you export the map that you've made, what you'll want to do is go into the Fantasy Grounds. Here, I'll have to show you. Let me see if I can do this without showing you everything about my life. So let's go with this, and we'll go here. All right. So here we are, and I have my Fantasy Grounds set up here, so you can find it easier. It's in my my username, and then app data, roaming, and then we're gonna go to Smiteworks, Fantasy Grounds, and then campaigns, and we're just gonna go into the campaign that I'm running. We're gonna go to images, and here's all the images for my campaign that I'm running, and we're gonna call it Enter Cap Cave. Alright, and we're gonna save it there. And now this will save in that area. And we are done with this. Now I'm going to save it as a basic map, and we're going to call it Enter Cat Cave. And it's not going to be a JPEG, it's just going to be that kind of thing there. And then we are going to go, and I am going to try to get this to be on Fantasy Grounds now. Okay. Window capture. Fantasy Grounds? You gonna do that? No, it's just showing that again. Here, let me just do display then. Alright, we're gonna close this out. Okay, we've already saved it. Here we are, Fantasy Grounds, and we have just saved it under the campaigns images. So if we pull up images here, it's not automatically going to be here for Fantasy Grounds Unity. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to go to Assets, and we're going to go to Images, Campaign. Come on. Campagne. And then it's going to think for a while. There we go. And we're going to hit the refresh. And what's going to happen is it's going to go to that folder, this folder, and EnterCap Cave is going to pop up. Now, EnterCap Cave, we're going to pull and we're going to drop it here, or we're going to drop it into the images and maps. Ping. All right, and so now we have the cave that the map that we just made here in Unity. Cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to add some features. Now, one thing that we can do is we can add some line of sight stuff. That's going to be a lot, but we're going to do it. So first off, we're going to go to line of sight. Boom, here we go. And then we are going to go with scenery or terrain. Now, terrain is stuff that you can see, but you can't see through. If it was a wall, you couldn't even see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and we're going to make a little circle with this rock. We're going to make a circle with this tree, and we're going to go through every little thing here. That's not going to work. Control Z, Control Z. We're going to have to do a line here. And what that does is you can see the whole rock, but you can't see behind it. Alright, and what this will do is it will create a sense of limitation as far as the view goes, which is what we want. We want our players to feel a little scared. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm just gonna make some circles. Little circles. Alright, and once I'm done doing all of this, I will show you guys what this looks like to a player. Dang it. I've gotten so used to side clicking to get things around. And my middle mouse button doesn't work terrifically well, so that's a disadvantage at this program. But we're just gonna do that kind of messily. Doesn't really matter. I'll be able to fix it when I'm actually going to use this map. We'll go here, and go here. We're just creating areas that create a controlled field of vision. And we don't have to really worry about these on the edges, because if you're that close to the edge, then you're not going to be seeing anything important. Alright. And obviously we don't want them like looking in and seeing the inside of the cave. So now that all the trees are pretty much made into blocking people's view, and all the rocks are as well, we're going to go in here and do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna do that with this, but this is gonna be something that this lever will open. Now, this lever that we put up here, which went underneath for some reason. That's okay. Well, it's a hidden lever, so it'll be something that they will have to find. We will go here. We'll make this a rectangle. Boom. Actually, that's not good. Let's try it again. From there to here. Good. Nice. And then, so that's a door. So when we reveal, or we can click and it will open the door, so to speak. So that'll be fun. And then we'll go here. We'll go here. No. Well, we'll use a line tool there. Cool. Here. Go here. Go here. Nice. And go here. Cool. Cool. And we'll do something similar here. We'll put a little thing there. Little thing here. Little thing here. Little thing here. Just to add a little bit, you know, you don't want a ton of things blocking people's way, especially an interior kind of thing. But if you've got just a few little spots here and there, it creates weird shadows that make you feel like you're not seeing the whole thing, because obviously you aren't. And so it makes it a little eerier. Now, let's go ahead and make a hard wall that you just can't see through in any regards. My computer lags, so it pauses and then jumps, pauses and then jumps, but that's okay. Not being super precise here. That might be a giveaway, but we'll take it. People might know that there's a secret door there, but they don't know how to open it. So I'm fine with it. If we go up and around. And we'll have to go back over some of the stuff and make sure there's no gaps in between them. But yeah, there's the basic walls for the line of sight. All right, so you might be wondering, okay, well, we've got the line of sight. How do we know it worked? What good is it? Well, let's just get a character and throw them into our world and see how they do. See what they see. All right. That's the whole of Fantasy Grounds moving on there. Don't want that. Let's scooch this a bit. Scooch this. We don't need this asset thing open anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a character, and we've got a whole bunch of characters for my current campaign that we're running. These people are pretty fun. But we're going to, let's drop Zelquin in here. Oh, right. But you can't do it from there. You got to go through the combat tracker. So we'll drop in Badger. Why not? So Badger's in here. And I haven't put the grid on, so he's going to be really tiny. So I've got to delete his character. Boom. All right, so we're gonna try to get this this grid right, but it's difficult. So we're just gonna give it our best shot. So we'll put on the grid. Go to the mouse. Try to get it centered. And that's pretty close. Of course, it's gonna be. Hey, did I actually get that? I actually got that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, indeed. It's a little heavy, so we're going to mess with the opacity a little. We're gonna go in here, and there we go. So it's present, but it's not like that overpowering. You can see it, but it's not gonna be so powerfully obvious. All right, so let's go back, grab Badger, throw him on here, and it should put him on the right size. Now what we'll do is we'll go to the play, and then we'll go to enable line of sight, and this is what Badger sees. So he's walking down the road, and he sees a dead horse. Now if you're GMing kind of in a certain way, you can be like, okay, so yeah, you're walking down the road and you see a dead horse, and these people will probably come down here, they'll see the dead horse, and they'll start looking around the map, and they might see that web there, and they might see this, and they'll be like, hey, I see a cave over there. But if you got them zoomed in right here, you might be able to pull it off. I left a pretty open area right through there, but we're gonna go see what it's like. So Badger's gonna come on, Badger. Yeah, my computer's not liking all of this real-time dealing with line of sight here. But yeah, so Badger comes in here, and he sees the cave in this regard, and he's gonna walk through here, and there's gonna be a bunch of rocks that are blocking his view, and he comes in here. The rocks are going to be blocking his view. And I like this because it kind of looks like he's holding a torch, and that's, you know, these shadows are moving as he moves along. But yeah, this is a pretty big map, and there's a lot of line of sight going on. Let's say he comes back here, comes around, finds the lever, right? So he pulls the lever. Well, what we can do here, so we can click on this door layer thing, and we'll click there, and it opens the door. So as he comes around, he might not see that the door is open until he gets around this thing here, and then he realizes, hey, I can see through here. So we'll come through here, vision will be obscured as he comes through here. And then he'll see these things with all these long streaks of vision being blocked because we've got these little pillars here, these rocks. It looks pretty cool. It's a little chuggy right now because my computer's trying to run it all. But yeah, that's the line of sight going on. So we'll delete this token. Boom, line of sight. We'll turn off line of sight for now because I just wanted to show you that. Now, so we've got the dungeon all set up as far as like line of sight goes, but you know, like what if we forget like there's a lever here? I should close that door before we use this thing again. But we want to put little things around here. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're gonna put some notes around this area, and encounters. So we got this encounter here. We're gonna make a new group here, and we're gonna call it Enter Cap Cave. So these are the encounters that they will be running into. And Enter Cap Cave. Now, encounters in gaming sense are basically any like time you come across somebody or a problem to be solved. Right now we're going to make this an enter cap kind of people are going to be dragged away by the enter caps into here, but we might have like merchants or something on the road as well, or maybe a survivor, or maybe just a wild man or some wolves out here. So if we're going in the wrong direction, maybe we'll throw some wolves or maybe some orcs, and the orcs know about the enter cap. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so another thing we could do is we could put a little bit of where this entrance starts, we could put a line of sight tool called the scenery thing, and we'll just put a big rectangle here. So as you come up to the cave, you can see the entrance to the cave, but you can't see into the cave. Maybe we'll make it a little thinner, so you can kind of see the entrance, but you can't see into it. Might be fun. Might be more fun that way. So you can see, if you're looking through the woods, you can see the entrance, but as you walk through it, then you'll be able to see both outside and inside. And once you're inside, you can't see outside. That might be fun. Anyway, so let's get back to the encounters. So, obviously, we want some enter caps. So we'll go in here, create a new thing. We'll pop up some NPCs. And let's look up enter caps. And enter caps. Maybe I've forgotten how to spell it. I know it ends with a CAP. CAP, Matt. CAP. Enter caps. Not enter, eder. Alright, there we go. Eder caps. Alright, well, I've been spelling it wrong this whole time, but it's a fake animal, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so the CR of one eder cap is 2, but I have a group that is a level 3, but they're about to go into 4, and there are 6 of them, so there's a lot of them, so I want it to be at least 5. So, and who knows when they're actually gonna drop in here. So let's triple the number and see what that does. That brings it up to 5. Good. That's what we want. All right. So we're going to close this. And we're going to put eder caps. Caps. There we go. And yeah, so they have a web walker, so they can walk through their webs. They have web sense. They can climb difficult surfaces, hanging upside on the ceiling. So they're pretty cool, and they have web attacks and claws and bites. So pretty cool. So we're going to put them on this thing. And are they medium? I thought they were large. Nope, they're medium, so they're human sized. Okay. Well, we can also have them lurking. So maybe when the adventurers come through, they won't see them. And maybe they can charge. What's their speed? 30. Okay. Well, you know, maybe that'll be good. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to make this a little harder. We're going to get some NPCs here, and we'll add them to there. So let's talk giant. And we're going to go with giant spiders. Alright, so giant spiders. We'll take a couple of these. We don't need to make it this hard, but it didn't take the CR up much at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these giant spiders kind of in broad daylight. Well, not broad daylight. You know, they're right front and center. So when people come in, they think, oh, these are just spiders. We'll take out the spiders, no problem. And then the ettercaps will arrive out of the hiddenness, the darkness. So yeah, that's a good encounter there. So we'll close that. Then, let's see, what's another encounter that can happen? We were talking about wolves, right? So we'll go and put some wolves there. And, oh, by the way, what we can do is we can take this encounter and we'll drag it here. And it will leave a little note thing there. So we can click on it and it will open up and it will have the ettercaps right there. So then we can click that, throw them into a combat tracker, and we'll be ready to go with that battle. Let's do the wolves now. We'll do some wolves. Nice. And since we've got a lot of folk who are very powerful. Oh, wolf. We're not talking multiple here. Just one wolf, Matt. Alright, let's throw some dire wolves. They have pictures, right? No, it's just D, huh? Does wolf have a picture? No. What about winter wolf? Winter wolves are cool and dangerous. Let's throw some wolves. Some winter wolves at them. They're magical. So let's throw 3. What's that do? That's a challenge rating of 6. Might be cool. Might be cool. Alright. Yeah, it's scary. I once had a character who died to wolves. It was pretty epic. My friend who was running the campaign didn't think it was epic. He thought it was sad because he misjudged how powerful they were. I'm okay with it though. Alright. Winter wolves. Cool. We'll take this. We'll put a little thing there. So if people try to leave before they get the ettercaps, then they will be attacked by wolves. Because when the players do something that you're not wanting them to do, the best option is to punish them. Not true, but it's funny. Alright. So we got wolves. We got ettercaps. We want to put a thing that unlocks this door, right? So let me just go here and well, let's do this. We'll close that. Alright. Just so I don't forget. Alright, so we want to put we can put a note here. That's right. Lever. And we'll just say unlocks door. Hidden door. Secret door. Alright, so this is a pretty much all-purpose kind of note. And you just kind of put it there. And there's a secret lever there. We might want to spell unlock correctly. We'll call it hidden lever. And then we'll just put a challenge rating on it. Investigation. Check. DC. And we'll call it 10. We want people to find the secret. Alright. Lock it up. There you go. So now we have a hidden lever. So when they come back here and they say, I want to investigate what's back here, because, you know, players will see that there's a place back here. They might find the secret door first. In fact, what we'll do is we'll make another note. And we'll say, oh, is this a blank one? Yeah, we'll use the blank one. Secret door. Investigation check. DC 10. This door is locked. All right. So, there we go. So, secret door, hidden lever. Pretty cool. All right, so now we've got a couple encounters. We've got a few hidden things that you can find when you're looking. We've got this. We could leave a note here and say this is a dead horse, blah, 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 but we kind of get the idea. We can either use the notes or the story. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, that we can leave little tags like or pins wherever we need to. Like we could leave a description here, blah blah blah. The thing is, I'm making this encounter. This scenario. It's not that complicated, and I'm making it for myself, not for a friend to run. So I don't need to leave notes everywhere for it. So I'm good with that. And if I'm planning on running it, I'll probably come up with other ways to remind myself what's going on. Let's leave some treasure. So what we'll do is we will go get rid of the notes, get rid of the NPCs, get rid of the encounters. We're going to go with parcels, and parcels are nice. We'll add a parcel, enter cap, eder cap, not enter, eder cap, mage treasure. All right, treasure. All right, so what we'll do is we'll give them a healthy amount of gold. We'll call it 500 gold, maybe 100 platinum, and then 400 silver and 2 copper just to mess with them. All right, and now let's go into items. And this is kind of a magic place, so let's look at. We'll go with some potions. We'll go with some potion of healing. Throw that in there. We'll call it three of those. We'll throw a potion of invisibility in there, one of those. And that'll be all for the potions. Let's go with a couple carnelians. 3 of those. No, 2 of those. We'll go with that. Diamond. I have no idea how much these are worth. Okay. Diamonds are pretty expensive, so we'll call 1 diamond good. And small gold bracelet. What do we got? Worth 25. Yeah, we'll throw a couple in there. All right. So that's a pretty good treasure, and we'll put that right here. So once they get in there, I can throw that there. Cool. All right. Now, good berries. I'm not sure if good berries are a thing that you can find somewhere, but I think it would be cool if you found some. Good. What we'll do is we'll go and take the spell Goodberry. What we'll do is we won't have the spell Goodberry, but we'll basically just say that the actions you find that occur when you search these bushes is the same as the spell Goodberry. So I'm just going to pull this here. Boom. Goodberry. So when you come across it, your character comes across, they find these bushes, they've killed the wolves, click Goodberry. So up to 10 berries appear in your hand. It's a level 1 spell, so it's not going to break the bank if you find these berries. And what I'll say is you roll a d10, and that's how many berries appear in your hand. I'm not sure why it doesn't say that. I mean, why would it say up to 10 berries if there was a chance that you could get less? I don't know. Or not. Anyway, so Goodberry. You'll find some good berries in that corner there. Up here is pretty empty, but we could do something with that later. So we've got this now. This magic circle. I kind of want there to be a thing going on at this magic circle. Besides just finding this treasure, maybe we run into a wizard or something. Let's see what we've got here. NPC. Wizard. Apprentice wizard. Mage. Oh, drow like spiders, so a drow mage wouldn't be that bad. And it's a challenge 7. That would be really cool. Especially for my level 4 characters. I think it would be very, very interesting because there's only one of him. And these guys are going to be coming down on him and getting a lot of hits on him, I think. They just have magic. And they can summon a demon. Wow, okay. That might be cool. And he'll just cast Levitate. Yeah, let's do a drow mage. Why not? But before we do, let's check out. Okay, well, Archmage is gonna kick everyone's butt. Dwarf Mage is less, but let's face it, Drow is cooler, and it doesn't have a picture. Drow has a picture. So we will start another encounter. Create Drow Mage. Alright, and the Drow Mage will be there. Cool. Lock that down. CR. And I like how this CR thing updates the XP. It's really nice. Cool. Yeah. And we will put the Drow Mage right in the circle there. And we will put the pin there so the Drow Mage appears right there. Cool. Nice. So you open, you walk down, the Drow Mage appears as soon as you like walk through here. Like as soon as you touch the web, that would be cool. So as soon as you touch the web, the Drow appears. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, cool. So we have that. That's pretty neat. And yeah, so this, we could put something else up here. I don't know. What do you think? Some sort of beast, maybe some wild hogs or something. Let's put some boar up here. Boar. Okay. We'll look up boar. B-O-A-R. Giant boar. Large beasts. Challenge 2. Yeah, we can throw a few of those in there. Pity it doesn't have a nice nice token, but we can make one if we need to. Let's put like 5 up here. How much is that? This is a 6? Yeah, perfect. So we'll put them up here. Giant boar. Scary. I like it. Cool. And they're rooting around for berries. And you know what? We can do that, and then we'll open up Goodberry, and we'll put a tag there too. So there are 2 berries, one guarded by a bunch of boars, and lock that down. Good. Oh, and we'll drag that there. So boars, nice. And that will be that. So yeah, that's how you make a dungeon. That's how you put the line of sight in there. That's how you paint it from the beginning to the end. I really enjoy making dungeons. I really do. This is a very natural dungeon, but I really like making the artificial feeling ones too. But I just wanted to give you a feeling of what you can do with Dungeon Painter and Unity. Now, Unity does have its own paint features. It has its own dungeon making things, and that's cool. I haven't gotten it to work, and I've already got this one here. So we're going to be using Painter because it's a much better program in my opinion. So that's it. Until next time, this is Hogwash. Over and out. I will catch you later.